Welcome to the Scrapyard. I'm your host, BC.
The Savage.
And I'm Solo Jones.
Tonight, we're going to be talking about what makes a show perfect. But before we do, as per usual, we got figure appreciation. Oh, wait, I'm moving.
Guess I'm putting this away then.
My figure appreciation of the week is this.
That's not a figure.
My prison.
Well, I think, to be honest, I've been rather loose with the whole figure appreciation, showing a couple of model kits, but there we go.
Anyway, so yeah,
Besides, I remember one thing. You never said it had to be on hand or within your possession. I remember that ruling.
it's not as fun that way.
But
No.
you still made it a rule. Because you knew this would happen.
Listen, motherfucker. I don't want to hear your shit. I don't want to hear your shit.
Hey, I'm helping you, okay?
No,
Just a movement.
All you do is making me angry.
Okay, can we guys calm down now? Behave
Maybe.
yourselves.
Maybe.
Also,
Okay, now I can calm down.
hi, Mebius.
Yes, hi, Mebius.
Mebius.
So,
Woo!
anyways, Frodo, let's get into this. So, what are the things that makes a show just absolutely perfect? And I think I'm going to start this one off, and I'm going to say immediately, the writing.
Yes.
The writing goes a long way because your characters has to be able to tell your story.
And further to that, BC, I think you might agree, if it's like an adaptation of a TV show, of a comic book or something that never was visual media beforehand, love, knowledge, and passion for the source material.
Also, at the same time, if they've done a movie before and they've also fucked it up, there's also the redemption arc.
Yes. But all I'm saying is, someone like, like looking at, say, phase 1 of, the Marvel Universe, how the people who created those early movies took what we knew and loved about those old Marvel comics and stuff back in the day and brought them to the big screen and, improved on them. You could tell the people knew Iron Man, when, they understood what makes Iron Man Iron Man.
Yeah, and they did the same thing. They continue on with that little trend. Like, okay, what makes Captain America Captain America? And they just kept, they kept rolling on with all the things that made them them.
Yep. I mean, even the first Avenger was great with that whole kind of like Indiana Jones Rocketeer type high adventure film.
And that's what it was meant to be, because it was not meant to be just like a, gonna take 5 movies just to get to the point of the Avengers. No, it's gonna be action packed. It's gonna be, several moments here and there where he's done something. It's gotta get to the main point, which is, putting Captain America under ice.
Yep. I think, choosing the right actors has also helped. I mean, I don't know if you'd agree.
Definitely. No, there's certainly some great picks and actors that makes a lot of sense.
And to be honest, sorry, go on.
Like Robert Downey Jr. wasn't too sure if he would actually work with Iron Man because he had to do his own a little bit of a different voice for Iron Man at first, if you recall when he was in his Iron Man suit from the first movie. Yep. But after that, he just completely changed it and took it into his own personality, his own character. He made himself Iron Man. He made himself Tony Stark.
Yeah. And to be honest, and further to that, I'd say in Endgame, when he holds the gauntlet just before he dies and goes, I am Iron Man, just before he snaps, that feels more personal, if you know what I mean. Like, no. This Robert Downey Jr. is Iron Man.
And to make another example of Mebius's example, his example of being Armada Starscream. Armada Starscream was completely different from the line of Starscream.
Yes.
You know, he wasn't just cowardice. He wasn't sniveling. He wasn't trying to stab Megatron consistently in the back. He was literally his own version of Starscream, which is amazing.
Yep.
His main beef with Megatron was the fact that he felt Megatron was disrespectful.
Yeah.
And that's why he did not like him.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, and not only that, he didn't just, you know, try cowardly tactics of like hit and run stuff or whatever. No, he was in your face.
Yeah, he was
shot
up, he was up in your face every single time.
And even then, he had powerful moves such as the null ray cannons in that regard.
Actually, and just the update there. Actually loyal to the Decepticon cause, but beaten, being down so much, told he was worthless, got backstabbed and joined the Autobots.
For a moment, yes.
Yeah, that's what ultimately ended up inspiring Evolution Starscream.
Yeah, but to be honest, yeah, I agree that Starscream kind of, in most incarnations, being that sniveling, backstabbing traitor was kind of like a cool thing. Maybe in G1, you know, into the comic books, especially when they show what. And I think the comic books improved on that by not being undermined by stuff that that hamstrings cartoon development, being able to show what he was capable of, you know, and the lengths he was willing to go to kick Megatron off the throne.
Yeah.
And speaking of Megatron, even in Armada Megatron, to actually just segue that into, even he had great character development. His main goal was always to beat Optimus, right? In his own hand, in his own way.
Yeah.
But when you see that moment with the Hydra Cannon, where Thrust uses the Hydra Cannon to obliterate Optimus Prime and end him for that temporary time, even Megatron was like, "That's not how. What? No, that's not what I. No."
Not to mention, he was the one that actually stopped the fighting he sacrificed. Is still so powerful to this day until Energon ruined it.
Yeah.
Damn it, Energon.
Well, to be honest, I think the main issue with that whole Unicron trilogy was the fact that in Japan they are 3 separate series, and then the US obviously had to hastily cobble them all together into one timeline.
Technically speaking, they didn't need to, but okay.
Yeah, but you know what I mean? It's sort of like, oh, look, this is the continuation of, and this is how... They could have just kept it as it was in Japan, have 3 separate continuities, and still had their own story.
Yeah.
Especially when in Energon they had the Dark Nebula literally be Unicron.
Except, you know, Hasbro be Hasbro.
Yeah. But that's all I'm saying. Is like, yeah, that Dark Nebula in Superlink, it's Unicron.
Always gotta find some way to cut corners.
Yep.
Always some way to cut a corner. Wrong hand. Cut a corner. Switching hand gimmick.
But anyway, back to the...
You know what? I'm waiting for that figure to beat the shit out of you.
Don't worry, it won't attack him like they do, action figures do with Alan.
I mean, you really gonna think Broly's gonna do anything to...
So anyway, back on track. We've had
I'm laughing too.
So we've had writing, we've had acting.
Another good thing is solid lore building.
Yes.
My best example for this, and I realize it's going to sound super biased on my part.
It is.
Darksiders. The lore building with Darksiders is fucking phenomenal.
And you're saying it does enough to get you not only interested in the world, but learn the history of the world, its people, its characters.
Exactly, and I feel like the lore building is what really brought people to Transformers. It's how it, by some miracle, it's what brought people to love Power Rangers.
Yeah. I mean, I get you, because a lot of shows, they feel like they give you just enough about the character, like, oh, this is Brian, he's a burger-loving, all-American football jock. But, you know what I mean? That
Yeah, exactly.
I need more. I need more. Give me a reason to like this character. Give me a reason to hate him. Give me a reason, to learn more onto what he hates, what he likes, what his fears are, etc., etc.
Well, I mean, another thing I think honestly would make a good would make a great show is the theming of the show.
Yeah, exactly. Like, what
Or
is the
game, I guess.
central theme?
Like, to make a great example, because this is two, there's one theme, but I can make two examples from that theme. Christian heavy based lore. My examples: Darksiders and Seven Deadly Sins.
Yep.
They're two different spectrums, but they're of the
They
same
use
theme.
the same general theme.
Yep. I mean, even like we mentioned earlier, look at how the MCU took all that stuff from the comic books and even built lore based around the comic books and put them in the movies. Yeah, I mean, even if one movie had a snippet of lore in thingy, it was enough to get us interested and learn more in upcoming stuff. Or read a comic book to, get interested into that character further.
And on top of that, just the theming. If they do it right, it's amazing.
Yep.
Whereas, let's say the theme is mecha, or kind of like Gundam or suit related stuff. It would be great if they did it right. EA with Anthem. EA with Anthem.
Yep. I mean, to be honest as well, mecha, that falls into either super robot or real robot, and you can't, the rules are like you can't really mix and match. And maybe Anthem tried to got it wrong on what mecha should be like and stuff like that, and to a lesser extent, Titanfall did exactly the same, had the exact same issue.
Yeah, except Titanfall was a lot more popular than what Anthem got ever.
And why do you think they say Titan fail? Gundam is basically a bunch of space Nazis and the whole Peace and Republic thing. Except,
that's not wrong. It's not wrong.
Except Gundam 008 MS Team, which is pretty much Gundam Vietnam.
Oh god. Oh god. Yeah, no, that's not wrong either, honestly.
I know it's not. That's why I'm laughing.
Technically speaking, a lot of the things for the Xeon is technically within the USSR, because they are very much so USSR heavily themed.
Yep. But again, I think that's what Gundam's longevity. They've made a great series. The writing has been spectacular. The acting is top notch.
Depending on which one you watch.
Yeah, depend. Yeah, that series depends on what you watch.
But again, the characters they've put in the show feel real. They have story arcs. They have personalities. You grow, and as the series progresses, it does kind of feel like you grow along with them. You're taking this journey they're on.
Another great example for me in that case, in that same regard, it's my number one top tier anime of all time. I it higher than Lightspeed in my fucking tier list.
Yeah.
And you should already know where I'm going with this.
Gurren Lagann.
I grew up with that fucking show.
Which was
Gurren
Gurren
Lagann.
Lagann.
Gurren Lagann. Yeah,
Gurren Lagann, whatever. The same
Gurren
thing.
Lagann. As I,
They say Lagann as well, so I don't want to hear it.
I think it's just one of those tomato things. Potato. Potato.
Either way, that show was amazing. It wasn't just mecha. It was more than it was a romance. It was a literal journey, heartbreak, fucking motivation. Being one of the, it hit 5 themes, despite the fact that it was supposed to be one mecha theme.
And if you're seeing characters experience loss, and then take the loss on the chin and grow with that loss, get over the loss, and become stronger characters, you feel it.
Yeah, that is something that a perfect show can do. It gets you to just connect you connect to the show because you're connected to the characters, which also leads into another thing I'm going to bring up as soon as he's done.
Oh, I'm done with that. It was just like that's.
Yeah. Well, you connect.
So now, here's another thing. This is something that I'm pretty sure Savage has seen me do.
It says raw,
fight the power.
Raw, fight the power.
I still listen to their songs, damn it. They never get old.
That being said, here's the thing. I'm pretty sure Savage has seen this done through me with a lot of my writing. It's a specific connecting point that brings characters together and binds them to the world that they're in. Basically, let me explain it to you this way. For a specific series where a lot of the characters have their own distinct discrepancies with the way life are, they end up becoming very traumatized. That trauma connects them all together. And the trauma is what helps bind them to the world that they're in. I'm trying not to spoil too much for what this actually is, because this is something that he and I are currently still working on.
So with Mega...
Basically! Oh, that's okay now.
But again, you could connect that to a lot of like Sentai and Mecha and other Toku shows where, you're actually seeing, especially like in Gundam when, you're in a constant war situation, you're seeing, people, cities and planets being laid waste to. Some of these guys, some of the characters are literal teenagers, and they're literally being shown the true face, the true horrors of a war zone. Especially in early Gundam series where, where a Gundam on a battlefield could change the face of battle either way.
Yeah.
One other thing that also definitely helps make a show, movie, game, whatever, perfect. We all gotta admit to this. I've already said it a second ago with Raw, Fight the Power. It's the music.
Yeah.
You have to have the right music for the right scene.
Like an example I'm just thinking of right now, and BC will agree, right?
Right.
Power Rangers with its heavy metal soundtrack. I mean, when you see, the Power Rangers fighting the monster or the putty patrollers in the park, there's a heavy metal screaming guitar solo going on as the Rangers are punching and kicking and people are getting thrown around, and it gets you psyched. It gets you amped. It's same like with the Megazord battle when you hear the Megazord theme come in and you see it transform, and that's when you realize, oh shit, you fucked now, bitch. You are fucked. Could that, and you think to yourself, there's no way that would have worked if it had been a Britney Spears type pop song or a, early 90s Michael Jackson song.
Yeah. And plus, it also helps set the mood as well of certain things. Like, for instance, in Kamen Rider, we all know that there's always that build-up where, it's like they get the first upgrade and it's like, okay, whatever. And then it gets to, like, one of, like, let's say, the mid-tier boss fights where one of those three evil canonical characters that is a bad guy is about to go down. They then hit you with the theme song where it's just perfect on that moment.
Yeah. Or it's like one of those moments where you've seen the rider getting knocked down. He's on the verge of defeat, but he's not giving up yet. He's laid on the floor. He's bleeding. He's hurting. It's the villain's gloating over him, going like, "Ha, ha, you're done for now.
Now you're stupid."
And then the rider's like, "Not while I still have breath in my body. Not while there's still blood in my veins." Then the thing.
Not when I'm the rider!
Exactly. Then he gets to his feet, one last defiant rush into battle with that theme blaring in the background.
Now, count up your sins!
Exactly. And you think to yourself, yes, yes. It gets you psyched. It gets you amped.
I mean, hell. I'm going to give the audience a chance to mute now, because I'm about to go into Ragnarok.
Oh, I'm going to say, just before you do that, Mebius, Ron was
just give me a thumbs up or down when you're done.
I will let Savage know when I'm done. But yeah, that man was definitely a beautiful musician. Basically, it's very much the same thing. I just went through that myself because the Heimdall boss fight in Ragnarok. Oh, I sadistically enjoyed it.
Kamen Rider Girls, their music is...
I'm waiting for it to be done.
Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 stupid ass.
Are we done now?
Nah, we couldn't quite catch that. You need to do it again.
You better fucking not just land on my head. Land my head on the blue box now. Hello, Mini Savage.
Hey. Come on, right now, wizard.
And he died. Hi.
It's a mini Savage.
It's a mini Savage.
What the?
That's BC.
Hi.
We're doing a show.
Hi.
He said hi.
What's up, man? I'd show you my doggy, but he's in trouble.
Sorry about that. My Virgin Internet went down for a minute there.
Aladar, did you fart again?
Let's just say Solo Jones' Virgin Internet went out and got screwed.
Yeah. As I joked to all my friends, the Virgin went down again. Got to get a new Virgin.
What? Are you just now catching the jokes?
Oh, no. I caught it. I'm just disappointed in you.
I was going to say, Alan, did Alan fart and break my internet again?
No, I'm pretty sure every time he farts, he's breaking your computer. Let's be fair there.
No, I'm fairly sure Alan farted and knocked the Virgin out.
What? I was ready.
Because last I saw was BC doing the Star Wars thing, and then the camera had that spinning circle of doom, and then it just went out. So, sorry about that.
Also, I had my thing muted, so I was waiting for you guys to get done talking about Ragnarok, jackass.
So, anyway.
I'm sorry.
And I said, when you guys were done, I'd give you a thumbs up.
And then I hit you with the Imperial March.
Yeah.
I couldn't hear it because I decided to turn down my volume just in case I could hear you through my headphones.
Bitch.
I don't want spoilers. Thank you very much.
Now, going back
I didn't spoil you now, did I?
Now, I was going to say, since the previous thing mentioned was soundtrack, this segues into the next thing. Merchandising.
Yes. Like toys, shirts, apparel, all that.
Nope, I don't support Kamen Rider. What are you guys talking about?
Yeah, you totally don't support Kamen Rider. You see all those are fucking phonies.
And all I'm going to say is, I'm going to just put the cam on for a second. See,
This is Chinese bootleg.
Things like this.
Can we get back on topic like character growth? I mean, look for how far Ash Ketchum. Ash Ketchum has come from grew up to Pokemon Master and Champion of 2 regions.
He's still screw up. What do you mean?
So, comment, you say merchandising was a thing, even model kits still being produced 30, 40 years later, which is cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, Transformers, G.I. Joes. I mean, I know Aladar will like this. The fact that, the Bayformers films are still getting action figures even now.
All right, took him out. Anyway.
Anyway, thank you, Mebius, for saying hello back to me. And yes, Ash Ketchum.
I mean, in my opinion, he's still screw up.
Yeah,
like,
but the thing is,
your opinion sucks.
Yeah, but the thing is, Savage, it's taken 25 years for him to, go from losing the Pokemon League to literally being champion.
Yeah.
His Charizard still don't love him though.
Oh
my god!
Does he even still? I was going to say, does he even still have that Charizard 25 years later?
No,
he really doesn't.
Just like every other Pokemon he has at near the end of the show, he keeps releasing them.
Oh, he gets rid of it.
Yeah, it's like, that makes no sense. He keeps the Pikachu, which obviously the Pikachu won't go away. But it's like, why are you releasing your Pokemon? You can carry them over.
I was going to say, well, we all know that Pikachu is like Bumblebee, the kid appeal character.
Yeah.
Like, if I recalled one Pokemon series where I went from one to the other, he kept only Apom with him at one point.
Yeah. To be honest, it's like, well, they're both yellow, they're both cute, they both get people to buy toys, so...
No, he keeps them in boxes. Mebius, are we watching the same show? Because I don't think we are. I have seen him release constantly Pokemon.
Didn't he release it? If I remember rightly, didn't he release his Butterfree because his Butterfree found a girlfriend?
Yeah. He let Bulbasaur go as well. He let freaking Charizard fly off.
Oh, yeah. It's like, see ya. Fuck off.
Hi. Welcome back. Yes, you're on. You're on camera. Hi.
Hello.
He's just a bit.
It's like, it's Mini Savage.
That's Mini Savage. You guys keep forgetting I have 2 nephews, not just one.
I was gonna say, wait, he escaped? I think you need to increase security.
Oh, I will. I think honestly we scared him from being on camera anymore because every time he pops his head in and it's like, hey, I'm live streaming. He's like, oh.
Is maybe he's getting
Clearly,
aggressive?
you did not see the last episode because no, he did not.
Then why? Okay, if that's not the case, then why does Charizard have to go from wherever the lava mountain is to all the way to where Ash would be? I have seen that moment where he has to go back to that Charizard has to go help him. If it was in a box, it wouldn't be on it. That wouldn't be the case. It was on an island.
I was gonna say he could just go to a PC in a bank and just open it up and get it out.
He could have just done that, but that's not the case. In fact, I think he doesn't even have a Pokebox system because last I call it, I know he does have something because Professor Oak looks at them, but if he still had such an arsenal in his obviously just get rid of that. That's a spam bot. If he had such a thing, then why constantly keep using other newly fresh caught Pokemon instead of just pulling them out of the box where they're higher level and he can use them better?
Yeah, I was gonna say, wouldn't those Pokemon in the box be stronger, more powerful?
Yeah, because they would sync with him better. It's not that it doesn't make sense if that's the case.
Yeah,
he's over here like I don't even know what's going on.
I was gonna say, look, cartoon logic. Let's just leave it at that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, what?
Then
another thing that I want to bring into this is art designs. Like the way a specific character looks, the way that specific look makes you feel. Like there's certain characters where we love them as characters, but we hate the way they look.
And I think, having an iconic character design that is recognizable, even across multiple generations.
Megatron and Optimus.
Megatron being a blue and red truck, he's recognizable.
Did you say Megatron?
I meant Optimus.
Oh, no, fucking wait! Hang on, buddy, you okay down there?
Yeah, it's just look. It's almost 4 a.m.
Look, man, did you sniff
Alan's ass
farts by accident? Like, talk to me, buddy. What's going on down there?
No. Look, BC. It's the model glue.
Does it smell like burnt toast right now? Because I swear.
No. It's good. We're all good. I meant Optimus. Optimus being a blue and red truck. Bumblebee being a yellow sports car or a yellow car of some description.
That's a shiny Optimus Prime. That's a shiny Megatron.
Hell, I don't know. Since you mentioned I'm the G.I. Joe guy, Snake Eyes being the black or grey clad ninja.
There's the highlight of our show. That broke him somehow.
Well done. Iron Man being red and gold.
Captain
America's red, white, and blue uniform with the shield.
The Hulk with green and maybe purple pants if you're lucky on the right show.
Yep. Or Spider-Man's classic red and blue.
Or his black suit, because that's also classy.
Yes, but you know what I mean? You can look at a picture of Spider-Man in his red and blue, and you're like, yep.
Yep. Can't confuse him with 3 other characters. Optimus Prime, Captain America.
Sorry about that.
How about changing your art styles mid-season? You go from great to awful.
Yeah, American Dragon Jake Long.
All I'm going to say is, since we're all fans of it, 80s Transformers when they switched from Toei to ACOM. On episodes like The Core, City of Steel, Carnage in C Minor, 5 Faces of Darkness.
Yeah.
What season is that? Because I'm not.
Seasons 2 and 3.
Oh,
Yeah.
I've hardly noticed difference, honestly.
It's because seasons 1 and 2 were mostly animated by Toei Animation, known for Gundam at the time. And it's great. Smooth, fluid animation, usually pretty well detailed. And then for some episodes of season 2 and then a lot of season 3, they cheaped out to ACOM, a Korean animation studio. And it just went, yep. You can just tell it went to shit.
All right, now before we go on and really discuss what I feel should be like the one thing with a show that makes it perfect.
Yep.
I need to go ahead and ask you guys to mute yourself real quick because I need to say something. I forgot to do it at the beginning of the episode, so just bear with me, please. I feel I should address what happened last week. Let me put it to you guys this way. I went back and I rewatched that segment, and I honestly feel that as much as me and Savage felt we were in the right to basically go off like a bomb the way we did, it doesn't make it right. And Mebius literally being afraid of me for like the first time ever, that doesn't sit right with me. And I don't think it ever will sit right with me. I don't want him to feel like he needs to be afraid of me. I don't want any of my audience members to feel like they need to be afraid of me. That's not right. It never will be right. And while, yeah, it for a time it felt good to really just let a lot of that pent-up aggression out, it doesn't change the fact that I let it happen. So I want to put this out there to everyone who is either a crew member, an audience member, or a crew leader. If you guys catch each other being disrespectful in any way, shape, or form, whether it's a leader, a crew member, or an audience member, call them on it. Don't be mean about it, but just straight up be like, hey, remember what's been said. The crew stands together, and the way you're acting right now goes to show you don't stand with us. Because the crew don't play that. The crew should never play that. That's the long and short of it. So while I do sympathize with how much pent-up aggression all of us felt with it, it doesn't make it right. So I'm basically taking this as a pinpoint. I apologize on my own behalf as well as on the behalf of all crew members as a whole for what happened last week. No one should have been brought into the crossfire with that. That was something that should have been handled behind the scenes, and it wasn't. It was handled live on the air. It will never be okay. I'm not going to pretend that it's okay. But fact of the matter is, I did feel I needed to at least explain myself. So if anybody else wants to speak on it, feel free. But as it stands right now, this is something I felt personally I needed to say because it was eating away at me. So I'm done. We can get back to having some fun. Guys, you can come back now.
Okay.
First of all,
Okay, I respect you for standing up and saying that, first off.
Look, sometimes you gotta know when to say you're wrong.
Yeah.
You gotta. Not a lot of people do that. And just, I'm sorry, but I mean, unless he has a counter argument for it, I feel like I pretty much hit the nail on the head with that.
All good with me. Wakanda forever, and we good, BC.
All right. So, anyways, so with that said, let's get into the one thing about a show that I feel is the most important thing, that like the nice cherry on top.
Go on.
A proper end.
Okay.
A proper end point where we see all these characters at the end of their journey, how far they've come, what they've accomplished, and how they earned their ending. These are one of the major, most important things. Like, it's literally the beginning, the middle, and the end. The two most important ones are the beginning and the end. The middle, it can get a little dicey, but like that's obviously where a lot of the meat of the series is. But you got to be able to end it right.
But at the same time, when it gets to the end, you're sitting there thinking, is this the end? Or am I about to go back to the movie theater for a sequel?
Yeah, exactly. Like, a proper end is important. Like, we can have something going on for literal fucking years. There are literally shows out there that literally entered their 100th season. I'm not shitting you.
Glasses at One Piece hitting their 1050 mark.
Yeah, I was gonna say, aren't One Piece and Naruto like mostly filler?
No, Naruto's gone to Boruto now.
Yeah, we're not going to talk about that. But yeah, so this is something that I feel is very important, and I feel is the most important when it comes to making the perfect show. So, if you guys want to talk more on how you feel the ending to a show needs to make you feel, you can go ahead. But as soon as we're done with that, it's after party time. So, go ahead.
I feel like when it comes to a certain ending, like in Super Sentai, obviously we're all going to have that final battle. Almost every superhero show has that final battle, other than just Super Sentai, Kamen Rider. We have the Avengers with the Endgame, the final battle between all of Earth's heroes versus all of Thanos' henchmen and armies.
Yep.
It has basically, to also point out, to throw in one more other detail other than just that, depending on the right genre of movies anyway, the action needs to be right as well. Because if you get like this immediate fighting battle, like let's say Broly versus Goku, and Goku's like, hi, let's just do this, and it just ends like that, I ain't watching the rest of that movie. Fuck that.
Yep.
Well, unless the rest of the movie is about, Goku somehow recovering from that bitch slap and then training to become stronger and better and learning.
Well, yeah, but like, if the fighting is just going to be like a simple smack on the face, pat on the thigh, and walk away, I'm not watching that.
To me,
I'm out at that point.
To me, that could work, but only if it was like the first battle and, Goku is completely unprepared and overconfident about his abilities and just runs straight into it, gets smacked down, and then okay, yep.
Movie says, I think Power Rangers is good and has good endings. They're back against the wall. There's no hope. The villains got them outnumbered. No, just when they get that last bit of energy, that last power, and they all rally up, just like the example he's making, which is the Wild Force Ultra Roar.
Yep. Now, here's the question. And this is aimed at both of you, BC, Savage. Now, since we're talking Sentai Rider type thing, right? Now, when it comes to the ending, do you prefer it if the heroes, after the battle is won, right? The Earth is saved. Do you prefer it if they go about a normal life, ride off into the sunset that way? or stay as a ranger and prepare
rider.
themselves. Stay the hero and prepare for the next threat or train the next generation.
I usually prefer training the next generation.
Not a whole lot of writers, now that I think about it, do that anymore.
Yeah, no, they don't.
You know what I mean? Do you prefer it when they, just disappear off and, rescind their powers and go, right, I'm back to being a normal citizen, get a job and live life normally, or
I have to go back to paying taxes. This sucks. Hold on.
The damn taxes, am I right?
The moment taxes are involved, hit you.
Oh, right. I can't do that no more.
I mean, there are still a few heroes who keep the powers, but they still go wandering off into the desert. Edgy to start off with that.
yeah.
But also, sometimes like the ending of it should also just fit well to how it ends. Because there's been a couple endings where I question it sometimes.
Because I mean, to me, I think it does kind of feel interesting when the battle is won, the Earth is saved, and then they'll just hang up their boots, their powers, and just go back to being a normal person again.
Yeah, that's something that never really sat right with me.
I mean, it works like say Jetman when you have Guy Yuki just like, okay, he's gone from being a hustler to a hero back to being a hustler after the day is won, only for him to get murdered by a street punk.
Hold on! What? I never seen Jetman, so what?
Oh, wait, was that a spoiler I just gave you?
I'm not gonna watch this, okay.
Yeah, it was one of those moments where it was like, he survived the Vyram invasion, he saw it all off, and then he returns to a normal life after the battle is won, only to get stabbed by a street punk.
Get wrecked.
What the fuck? That reminds me of the what happened to this character kind of thing. Okay, those of you who've played Halo 3 ODST, everyone knows about the Rookie, the character you play as, and how he's such a badass. Turns out that game that we play him in was his very first missions. So then we get curious, like, okay, what happened to him after the fact? A Halo encyclopedia reveals that the character's name and what's happened to him after the fact, he died in a second mission. We don't get to see him ever again after that because he died. That's so stupid.
Sad. You'd be okay with it, bud?
No, I wanted to see him again.
You can see him again. You gotta play ODST.
He's dead.
Again.
No, I can't.
Play ODST again. You'll be fine.
But I to be honest, I think that was one of the tragedy of that character. They fight, they grow, they survive. Some of the worst threats to ever face humanity, but falls victim to a simple mugging.
I can't believe that we created a scene for what show?
Zinchiga?
I think he's trying to say Zenkaiger.
Yeah.
We created the scene?
I don't know.
Wait, I'm watching Zenkaiger. Hold on. Wait a minute. I like that one. Don't say anything. Shush. Stop it.
I mean, they do that, but then they come back for crossovers and the team-ups. Yes, I know what you mean, Mebius. They explain that. The deceased Sentai feed off Sentai energy, aka the Morphing Grid, and, can come back as spirits.
Which is stupid, but
But I like the fact that that they can the deceased can come back in times of great need.
There's one thing about superhero shows where, like, oh yeah, this one hero died mid-show. There's always one thing that always confuses me. And it's like this is like a what if Iron Man came back at the end of it after like 5 years of him being dead.
Oh, when they use the Jetman gear for the show, they recreate the scene of him dying. Oh, that was in Gokaiger.
Oh,
That was
okay.
in Gokaiger when he came back and gave the Gokaigers the Jetman keys.
Okay, you gave me a fucking heart attack. Be more type better. I don't mean to be mean, but please type better.
He meant Gokaiger. Yes, he gave the guy gave the Gokaigers the Jetman keys.
Anyway,
you were saying, Savage?
One thing I'm always curious about when this comes to these shows is like, for us Americans, because I don't know what it's like for down in the UK region. For us, we always have like these little paper cards that basically announce us as citizens of the United States, basically.
Okay.
Our SSIs and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
One thing I've always known is like, okay, the SSI is basically your identity. That's yours alone. There's no copies. That's you. And when you die, that SSI goes away and becomes someone else. I have to wonder, the people who get revived in these shows that are like within American region and whatnot, I have to wonder, is getting that SSI back a bitch, or because I would imagine it's not easy.
Well, it kind of makes me wonder now. But now you mention it, what happened to Captain America? I mean, how much back taxes did he owe the IRS after being
frozen? Yeah, because everyone thought he was dead for 40 years, right? So, like,
he's been frozen for like 70, 80 years. Next thing you know, the IRS is like, so Steve Rogers, is it?
Steve Rogers, right?
You owe this amount. You owe this amount in back taxes?
No, I don't.
No, I don't. What do you mean? It's you. It's very. Get him! He's running.
Yeah. As he's running, and you go, get him! He's running. The other guy goes, are you guys seeing that? The motherfucker just leaped over a car. Fuck you.
The other thing as well is how much back pay did he get from the army?
I still like to know how a U.S. citizen gets hired by a Japanese show, because you pay close enough attention. There are English speakers in some of the like entirety of the transformation gimmicks for 01. They were complete English voice actors.
Well, to be honest, there have been, like you said, international actors playing.
There was a black guy in Kamen Rider Wizard.
Yeah, and the boss in Zen Kaiger, is it? The boss in Zen Kaiger, I think he's like an American actor.
And then Kyoryuger.
Yes.
Kyoryu-cn.
Yeah, he was American, wasn't he?
He was an American fat ass.
Who got a job. Hey, great actor. Robert Brown. Okay, so he's playing an ancient dude by the name of Bob.
Oh, it's Richard Brown from Shinkansen. That's right.
And in the Fies movie,
Saiga, Kamen Rider Saiga.
Yeah, that dude spoke. He was an Asian man that spoke fluent English.
Wasn't the guy who played Krim Steinbelt in Kamen Rider Drive also a foreign actor?
I don't know, but at the same time, I can see why would you think that, because of the heavy accent he has.
I think he was actually a foreign-born actor, but had been living in Japan
for some time, probably. Yeah,
I know the guy who played Barry Bonds / Willy Wacker in Aber Ranger was American.
Again,
living
there was also that black guy in Fies.
Yep.
Who played one of the Orphanox.
So in case it wasn't already obvious, we are now moving into the after party.
Well, I can't hit him.
So, GBC, what are we going to talk about next week?
There's aftermath. That doesn't mean we're done.
It's just the after party. It means we're gonna just hang out.
Hang out and chat about what anything else we want to talk about besides topic.
So I like the color on this controller.
It needs more green.
Oh, see, maybe it gets it.
Okay, Pinky.
The pinky, the pinky, the pinky, the pinky, and the rain, 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 rain.
Yes.
Kick him in the nuts, Beavis.
Oh yeah, kick him in the nuts. I'll kick him. Fire, fire, fire. Burn.
So should I talk to the fan base about this this little video idea I have?
No.
Why?
No, I think we should. I think that would ruin the surprise.
Yeah. Okay. Fair.
I think this is one of those things where it's like we should let it be secret.
Okay. All I'm gonna say on that.
Excuse you up.
Drag Shoryuken.
Oh God.
Ha.
Hadouken.
I should do this. I should do this. Shoryuken.
Yes.
What? Hadouken.
So I'm gonna have to do that one. Shoryuken. Shoryuken.
Hadouken.
So.
Or I could just do this my way. He sucks. Giga. Drill. Breaker.
You win.
BC wins. Perfect.
Savage loses. Arrested. Oh fuck.
Once again, that's.
Oh, he's muted. He's muted.
He knows it's over. He knows it's over.
In the words
If
of the
I don't move, it doesn't happen.
Keep very still. His vision acuity is based on movement. I love the fact that Savage is literally just eating on camera.
I was eating at the beginning of the show.
Yeah, he was. I made no comment about it. I've done it too.
Yeah, but at least BC was being quiet about it. Savage.
I'm
He's got
sorry.
to go.
I'm sorry. It's a Taco Bell wrapping.
Yeah, but I want to hear what BC has to say, not the rustling of a Taco Hell wrapper.
You want to do that?
All I'm going to say is, and now I shall curse you. May the curse of Taco Hell infest your anus.
Don't show you that doesn't work.
May your shits never be loose or liquid or solid again.
Good luck with that one.
I swear to God, if it actually ends up happening.
How about this then?
Come on the next episode and be like, you motherfucker.
I could just make an even bigger curse that will actually work. I wish upon your computer to scream again.
No, Alan's not here to fart and kill.
We both know he doesn't have to be there for that to happen.
Yeah, but you just as long as you don't say those 3 words, you'll be fine.
What, let it rip?
Is Alan within earshot?
No, he's not.
That's
I'm
all
sure
right.
he's watching the stream though, because
No, he's not. I can tell he's not. He's out there hanging out with Marvelous.
he's supposed to be here.
So basically, what's happening is that you'll probably go in and you'll see Marvelous kicking the shit out of him.
Or the exact opposite. I don't know. All depends. Anyways, moving on. Is there anything else we wish to point out or just talk about?
I'm just saying, look, we've covered characters, music, writing,
How it ends, how it begins, how the middle should go.
What about spin-off and additional media, expanded media?
That's something we can talk about in another episode. Because that's stuff that really, I swear to God, if you unleashed hell upon us all, Mebius, we will hold you accountable.
I've done it. You just can't see me. You mean let it rip? Weapons? Okay.
Depends on the weapons, because
Tie-in. I was going to say tie-in video games.
We could do something like that. Or we can have next week's episode be
GBC. I was going to say
year two of What Are We Thankful For?
GBC. What are we going to talk about next week?
I just said it.
boom.
Ow!
Hey, he's interacting with it more. That's progress.
I want to say this right now before. So, chat, excluding BC, because obviously he's not going to care for this question. What's your starter for Scarlet and Violet, and why?
You know, it's funny you mention it.
I mean, it's either gonna be Daffy Duck wannabe or Weed Cat.
I'm just gonna say out right now. I'm choosing the cat.
Oh, you've gone Weed Cat.
I'm going to be cat.
Well, don't worry. I've just cost BC his YouTube money.
I don't even get YouTube money, you son of a bitch.
Yes, YouTube money? He's getting paid? Where's my cut?
Yeah, you're not getting any of the fucking cut, bitch.
Oh.
All seriousness,
BC wins. Perfect.
Anyway, so next week we're doing what we were thankful for the second year in a row.
That's right. Next week's Thanksgiving.
Oh, I was going to say, yes, one of those ungrateful colonial holidays.
Yeah, if things work out with this, next week, I should be moved into the new place.
And the other question is, will Aladar be joining us this?
No.
Or is he still on the bench?
He's still on the bench. He is still on the bench, but we will more than likely see him the week after.
So, Alan, if you're listening, or whether you listen to this on playback, stay strong, my friend, and hopefully we'll get you back on fighting fit soon.
Wait, if he watches on playback, he's going to hear the Dragon Shout, Dragon Shout, Dragon Shout, Dragon Shout, Dragon Shout, Dragon Shout.
Dragon Shout!
That being said, hopefully everything will be sorted out by then. If he ends up deciding he needs to take a longer break, he will let me know. But as far as we all know, he will be coming back come the first week of December. So with all that said, guys, that's all the time we have for the night. Next week, what we're thankful for. Yeah. That being said, after BC.
Never mind. I was gonna remember because we didn't do it yet.
What?
Ads.
Dun.
Not that. No. Do we still do our ads or?
We can do the Discord server about the Rhinos one. We're gonna have to hold off on that one for a little bit.
Woo! Anyway, and you know what? This will be good timing because I want to freaking test this because I need to test this because this is annoying. Because if it doesn't work, I'm gonna be mad.
What are you testing?
My patience.
I'm a throw. Anyway,
Well,
if you answer that question of what I asked for, what your starter is going to be, please go ahead and join us on our Discord server. The Scrapyard community server on Discord. If you do have Discord, please follow the link in the comment section. And I know you, BC. I know you, or not BC. I know BBS. I know you don't have it, but please answer me this: does it at least appear? I need to know if it appears. Once I get in there to post it. Does not appear, then one of you two needs to do it.
Oh.
Just I want to know if it works, because if it's not working and you don't see my comment about my Discord link, then there's a problem. No, there's a problem.
Well, we can sort out a link another time, can't we?
Yeah, we've been trying to get this link situation sorted out. I mean, one second. Anyways, I'm just gonna have to end the episode because that would legit just completely threw off my train of thought.
I'm sorry.
Your train of thought is derailed.
No, they fucking knocked on the door. So, anyways, thank you guys for coming on. I've been BC.
The Savage.
I've been Solo.
We'll catch you guys next week.
See you next week.
Bye.